Oh my God.
The part when I break free, 'cause I can't resist it no more. This is
Hello. How are you all doing? Did you have a good break? Great. Okay. I black out. Please raise your hand if you ever felt insecure. Please raise your hand again if you ever felt like you were not good enough. Maybe you've been bullied at school. Oh, you can keep raising. Or maybe people stabbed you in the back. Maybe you suffered heartache. We all experience our own shit in our life. But what if you don't have to be the person that you were told to be? What if you feel confident? How would that feel? What if things are different than you now think they are? Perception is reality, right? I help women how to grab their shit, how to own it, accept it, laugh at it, and let go of the control it had over you, so you can become the best version of who you really want to be. Now, let me take you back to 2001. I was 24 years old, and I was moving out of the house with my parents to move in with my partner. And I thought, I'm going to conquer the world. Now I'm going to be independent, and I'm going to do it all. And I still remember leaving my parents' house, moving in with him. All the money that I worked for my whole life, my savings, I could put in to the furniture that I bought. And I still remember buying my own table, my own, sorry, I'm Dutch, I need to think about the word right now. I sorted out all the blindfolds. We even had a back garden. And I still remember the smell of lavender, which is, as you all probably know, very relaxing. And I still smell that smell. We even had a small fence in a front garden. And I thought, let's do this. This is going to be great. The truth is, I got involved in a relationship with a narcissist. And I suffered mental abuse for 10.5 years. Unfortunately, at the time, I believed that that was all I deserved. And I thought that what he said to me was reality. So what do? You feel ashamed. You feel guilty. I could not tell anyone, as if I would tell, I was afraid that everyone would see me the same way as what he told me. It starts so small because I never expected to end up. You hear those stories of people ending up in a relationship like that and you think, why? But it goes so slowly, you've got no idea. And for some reason, he would always find any excuse to come up with to put the blame on me. I remember that one time I said to him, what do you want to eat? And he said, I don't care. So I cooked dinner. Apparently it was not what he wanted. And what he usually did was then sleep on the other side of the bed, turning his back against me as if I was a little kid that needed to be punished. So it went from bad to worse, of course. So let me fast forward to the 31st of March, 2010. I was saved by a miracle in disguise. I had a miscarriage. At the time, of course, I didn't know that that would be my saving. It took me 6 months to still get out of the relationship and move forward. But after I did, I needed time to recover. And then I found out maybe life is not so bad. Hey, I could do anything I want, with who I want, whenever I want. And then I thought, maybe this is quite nice. So I thought, you know what? Let's do some new things, try out some new things. I had a new job. I became a manager of a party center. And I was having fun because I liked serving other people. So I served in community as well. Did a lot of different things, volunteered for the local TV station, and whatever they asked me for, I said yes, which was good, of course, to a point that I found out that I was really stressed and I couldn't tell what. For several times, I went to the GP and he sent me back home. One time, I thought, you know what? It's good that I'm at work alone today because then I can get the job finished. I had a phone call. I picked up the phone and I had someone on the phone that was really demanding. And the next thing I knew, I thought, my voice is leaving me. Maybe I should just hang up the phone. As quickly as I could, I hung up the phone. As I stood up from my desk, I collapsed. And before I knew, next thing I know, I sat on the floor. All these sweat drops. And I had this enormous pain going right here. I thought, what is this? And next thing I thought, there was this guy on TV that had some kind of a heart attack. And then I thought, no, that's not me. You know what? I'm young. I'm strong. That doesn't happen to me. So I got up and I thought, you know what? Let's take it easy. It will all be over tomorrow and I can start working again. Didn't really work that way. After 2 days, I thought, you know what? Maybe I should see that GP again. And I did. He wasn't even listening to me because by that time, I realized that I had some kind of heart attack. It runs in my family as well. And I thought, let's take the test on the sum and ask the doctor, or stop in the middle of the sentence so the doctor would have to ask me what's going on. He didn't. He just said, oh, you're stressed. It's nothing. Just go home. And he sent me out like that. I stood outside and thought, this is not really good. Who am I going to ask for help? Finally, I was diagnosed with a severe clinical depression. For months, I couldn't do anything. And I realized I was still in the rat race that I just came out from with my last relationship. So how am I going to solve that? I knew the only way to change was if I would change. So I went on a journey with personal development. And oh boy, did I grow. Yeah, you can see that. So, there were a lot of things to do and a lot of things to work on. And I knew that the only way forward is sometimes taking a few steps back. But at this point, I thought, no going back for me now. So, and there I went. As you can see, on top there, in 2018, I did an NLP course. And as I did the first session, he asked, what are your dreams? And I was sitting in the back of the room, like a gray mouse, and suddenly my hand went up. And I was looking at my hand, I thought, what is that doing there? and I had to say what my dream was, and I said, you know what? What if my stuff, what I've been through, what if I can inspire other people? I want to make a cabaret show. And everyone was cheering, and I thought, oh crap. I think I just put something in the universe. 8 months later, as you can see, the room was sold out. 300 people in the room. And I had no clue what I was going to say. But it was my dream, and I did it. Then, yeah. Thank you. So what next? I thought, well, if I can do that, I probably can do it in New York too. 9 months later, I was in Manhattan, as you can see. And I did several open mics there, which was great. As Carrie said, I wrote a chapter in the book this year. And I'm very, very proud and very grateful that I got the opportunity to do that. I became an ambassador for the Billion Lives Change community. And yeah, I didn't have time to update this, but I was finalist for 2 awards. And last night I got the award Best Supporter. Yeah. I still need to process that. So, what did I do? You know what? I'm not special. But there is something special about how you can change your life around. And I learned that one of the main things is self-love. Self-love. When I used to hear that, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. Everyone has all these great ideas about self-love. It isn't as easy as you think. Or maybe it is. You just need to figure out what is self-love. And I found out that self-love is probably mostly about accept yourself. I was really good at putting things under the rug. So I kept hiding, like I did in that relationship. Being ashamed. I didn't like that. Hey, there are parts of me that I just didn't like. So if you hide it, then it's not there. But it is. Once you learn to accept the things that you don't like about yourself, to embrace yourself completely, that is when you become whole again. So, can you please raise your hand if you have things that you don't like about yourself? Are you willing to embrace them? Because I learned that you should treat yourself as the love of your life. Are you as hard for your best friend or for your partner just as you are for yourself? No. So why do we accept other people and why do we love other people completely but don't accept and love ourselves completely? Why? We deserve that. Because we are the most important things in our own lives. You are important. And you heard it before this weekend, and I'm going to say it in a different way. I'm going to say it in my way, because you are all diamonds. You are. It took me a long, long journey to come where I am right now. And hey, I never thought I would be here on a stage in London, speaking for you. Actually, you are my Christmas gift. I said, Christmas is coming early. I don't care what happens next. I don't care how I'm going to go back to Holland. I hope there are some people living close to Stansted Airport, in case I cannot leave tomorrow, that I can stay with you guys for a while. And maybe I should just move here. So, and the other step that I want to say is take control. I've never been in control over my life. I let other people take control. And you know what? That served me for a long, long time. Because it's easy. If you let other people take control, you don't have to decide yourself. It's really easy. But do you really want that? I don't think so. For me, taking control also meant getting out of your comfort zone. Sometimes the comfort zone is really nice. It's easy, but nothing grows there. And sometimes you just need to go into the stretch zone. Just overstretch it a little bit. Now, I probably did that a little bit too much, because as I'm standing, you might think, why is she walking so weird, like a crippled penguin? But I have a worn hip. But still, I did not want to have that taking control over me, not coming here, not being here today to speak to you. So take control, take ownership of your life. Your life is a gift. There is a reason why you're here. And own it. Just try to make your dreams come true, because they do. I didn't really believe that my dreams would come true, but here I am. And in the beginning of this year, I made a goal list, and I put some things on there, and one of them was, I would like to win one award. I had no clue where it would come from. The Queens in Business Club was not even there yet. But hey, I did it. I think I will be overweight going back home. Well, not me, but my suitcase. I'm always overweight, so. But so, yeah. Take control. Own your life. Take ownership of your life. Your life is a gift. You have got this for a reason. You are here for a reason. And each and every one of you is unique. You are a diamond. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. And I think it was Carrie who said, look in the mirror, or Tanya who said, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. I tell that to my clients too. But practice what you preach. And I had a really hard time getting to finally do that. And as I stand here now, I do that. In every situation, thank you. In every situation, no matter how hard it is, I mean, we all get our shit. No one gets spared. But no matter how hard the situation is, there are always three things. Something to learn, something to be grateful for, and most important, something to laugh about. Laughter is the best therapy, and love is the best medicine. Thank you.
I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to
Fantastic. Sandra Amelane. How inspiring is she? What an amazing lady. What an amazing story. Well done, Sandra. Okay, ladies, can you believe this is the last session of Reign Like a Queen 2021? Wow, we made it. We did it. You're here. We're here for you. You're here with us. But we haven't finished yet. We still do have a session. And this is our last panel session of the weekend. I'm really excited to be introducing the next moderator to you. Now, this lady, if you didn't meet her yesterday, if you didn't have a dance with her last night, you're in for a treat because you're going to meet her right now. Now, this lady, I'm just going to deal with the elephant in the room. My notes are upside down. So, this lady is a published writer and industry speaker. She is a blogging for business coach. She has over 8 years' experience of copywriting, magazine editorial. She is a blogging brand. She does blogging brand messaging. See, she is an absolute whiz at social media. I'm still getting notes from her all the time.